Understanding how Pinterest users actually find your content on Pinterest is helpful in understanding how your content is shown to them and how they might be finding it, and what you can do to improve not only the look and feel of your Pinterest pins, but the SEO and how to get people to engage with them. So being a user of a platform that you are wanting to master when it comes to marketing is essential, in my opinion. So I'm going to walk you through the most common ways that Pinterest pinners actually find your content on Pinterest today, and I just want you to see what each of them are. You're probably only accustomed to a few of these. Maybe you know more of them than what this list actually is going to show you, and you just don't know that that's what they are. And that's totally fine. So first things first, we're just going to start with the most common way that pinners are finding your content on Pinterest, and that's the search bar. They are literally going to go there and they're going to search for something like best sugar cookies, and they are then going to browse through. Maybe they're going to click on those buttons at the top, maybe they're going to look at the actual Pinterest pins in the search results, and then they will find and engage with those pins. Now, the next way that someone might find your content on the platform is in the related feed. The related feed is what is underneath the pin that they click on. So let's say from the search feed, they find a cookie recipe that they want to engage with. They click on it and they make it bigger on their screen. Once they make it bigger on their screen, then they're going to scroll down, and that's when they're going to start to see the related content underneath. Now, not only are they going to see related content underneath that is from you, but other people that have created content on that same topic is going to be there as well. And on occasion, content that is related to previous searches that they were just making might even be fed into that feed. Now, going all the way back to the most original way that someone might actually find your content on the platform, and that's simply inside the home feed. The home feed is where someone is going to start if they are logging in and they are just seeing that home feed. If you have a personal account, you're only going to see the home feed unless you click over to other tabs like the Explorer, which we will get to. If you're on mobile, you open up your account, it's automatically going to be defaulted to the home feed. So this is really where pins are placed based on previous searches, previous engagements that they have made, previous categories they've been browsing in, if they've engaged with any advertising on the platform. Pins from all sorts of engagement activities on Pinterest will be fed into that home feed, including pins from people they follow, pins from boards that they have previously saved. Pinterest is going to try and engage them again and prompt them to continue engaging with those pins again. So if you have built a strategy on Pinterest that encourages engagement, then chances are your content is going to show up in their home feed. Let's actually move on to different aspects of Pinterest and how they can find content on these different surfaces. So the first way is through their profiles, not their profile, but your profile and profile searches. So there are a number of filters in the search bar after you search for something specific. So let's say I want to look for sugar cookies again, and I find a profile in the search results and I click on it. Once I go to that profile, I can now engage with any of the content on the profile itself, whether I want to engage with the pins they've created recently or the boards that they have saved pins to, or I want to click on their profile link and go straight to their website. Either way, this is also listed in the filters, which I'm going to show you a little bit about in just a moment. Now, the next way that people are going to find content from you is through boards. And on boards, not only pins that you have saved to your boards, but your pins that people have saved to their own boards. So let's say you save a bunch of my pins and someone else comes along and they engage with your board. They see my pins on your board and they engage with them. The same goes for you saving your own content, again, to your own boards. So boards are just a place where anyone on the platform can curate content based on topics or just based on just general dumping grounds. I've seen that happen too. And they are putting pins on those boards. Now, to find boards on Pinterest, people can search for a term, click the filter, choose boards in the list, and then they will just see a list of boards based on that topic. Now, obviously, the other way to get to boards on a profile is they have to go to the profile first and then click the saved tab on the profile to see all of the boards listed in there. Now, going back to that little filter menu, the next thing we're going to talk about is the product feed. So if someone were shopping on Pinterest and they knew really specifically what they wanted, let's say, for example, leather boots. I'm going to search for that and I'm going to go to the filters again in the top left-hand corner, and I'm going to click products. From that products feed, I am now seeing a lot of different options for leather boots that are being sold, that are being promoted on Pinterest. So they're sold on third-party platforms, whether it be individual Shopify stores, Etsy stores, whatever other marketplace that people sell things on, Etsy, eBay, Amazon, wherever, Poshmark. You're going to notice a bunch of different retailers on there, and people are saving pins that are products to Pinterest, and they are being filtered into that product feed. Now, a common question I get is, if I sell a course and I host it on Teachable, will my product be listed in the product feed? Generally, no. The only way to get your products listed in a product feed or to be a product pin is for them to have a markup with data from your website that shows that they are a product. So for example, if I sell a course one-off in my Shopify store, but I also have that course listed in a funnel, traditional funnel on my website, the one listed in the Shopify store will be in the catalog feed, but the one on my website will not. So I hope that helps. Now back to that filter menu again. Let's say that I want to learn how to do winged eyeliner, which I have no idea what that even means, to be quite honest, but I'm going to search for that, and I'm going to go back to that filter menu, and I'm going to choose videos. And in that list, I'm now going to see just search results for that specific search tutorial. Just video after video after video of incredible people teaching me how to make winged eyeliner look good on myself, which I don't ever wear eyeliner, so I don't know why I would search for that, but it was the first thing that came to mind when I was outlining this video. So that is yet another feed that people can find your content in. Now, the last one that I want to talk about today is the Explore feed. So let's actually just go right back to the home feed. We're going to reset everything that we've been talking about so far. And right at the home feed, there's two little tabs. It says For You and Explore. If they click the Explore button and your content has been curated by Pinterest inside the Today tab or the Explore feed, what is now known as, then your content will be shown in that surface. So what they are doing with the Explore feed is they're actually gathering together ideas of topics that are really popular on the platform right now, and they are putting them in front of users of Pinterest in a really curated manner. So if Pinterest has chosen your content from the editorial submissions that you're making through the editorial calendar, or if they have pinned your content because you're part of one of the creator programs, or whatever it is, you've submitted your content and somehow they've gotten hold of it and they're featuring it, it could be listed in the Explore feed. Now that you know the 8 different ways that someone can find and see your content on Pinterest, I would challenge you to go into all of those places, take a look at how your content might be showing up there, and see what ways you can actually optimize it. Are you noticing that your pin, title text, and the little text overlay is really too small and hard to read? Is the font too thin? Is the image saturation just really poor? What about the opacity? What about the actual images themselves? What about your pins, including your titles and your imagery and the design, can you improve to make them more user-friendly? There's probably a lot that you might not know could be happening to your pins or how they are displayed that you can glean from just taking a peek at how they're showing up here and then improving on those findings. Now, if you need more help with your Pinterest marketing strategy, make sure you go right on over there and watch some of those Pinterest marketing strategy videos, and I will see you next time.